Talk Motivation, Raptalk Motivation. Welcome to another episode of Poetry and Conversation. I'm your host, yours truly, Raptalk. Consistency is key. Set yourself free. Ain't no age limit on success, and it's subjective, and you determine what it could be. You see, the goal ain't always to be famous, rich, or known. You see, some of us just love what we do and want to influence and be conversation, spread a message, then come back home. Am I wrong? You see, the weak in competition to do it for the public. You see, I wanted to stay low, but I knew my words was going to open up doors before I even touched it. Because me and God discussed it. He said, put in work. Just improve. Stop giving free access and telling all these people your next moves. He said, I got you. Work, build in silence. Take a break, fall back from people. Whatever you need, I can provide it. Meditate to them songs. Keep writing them poems. Keep building relationships, touching souls whenever I perform. And as I carry on, look at the response that I get. All this love is unrewarded in public from what I did in private. Work hard, build in silence. Rap talk, welcome y'all. With my little clap. I need my little clap button or something. I ain't got all the effects, but what's up though? Got water today. No wine, no LIQ, none of that. We off that water. I thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. We're going to talk motivation today. And of course, in between, I'm going to squeeze in a couple of poems, a couple of spoken word pieces that coincide with the subject for today. And the subject today, we're just talking consistency. That's all. I mean, we on the level of that. That's where we at with it. I actually got some little notes today. I say I'm going to start taking notes. That's how serious it is, So I can have a couple, speaking points and, have some structure to this shit. You don't want to just fly off the cuffs every time, even though I can to a certain extent. But when you really care about something, get organized with it. And that's how you should do. Be prepared, show in depth and really have a couple things to speak on. So feel free to chime in anytime, in the comments, whatever. Share the video to make the channel grow, of course. Of course, the like button always to help the algorithm so it'll push the video a little bit more. Whether you watching this live or either watch it on the replay, either way, that's cool. But one of the first things, though, I want to talk about when it comes to consistency. You have to think about, so this is what I wrote down, the consequences. That's one thing you need consistency for. The consequences if you stop. I think that's one thing that can push us all to always have a consistency or want to have consistency. Just the back of your mind thought of the consequences if you stop. I mean, think about that. Let's just say if you just stop, whatever it is, whatever you into. I'm not going to even speak for myself. I'm talking about for you. Whatever you in, whatever your goal is or hobby or whatever you into, just think, would it be different if you quit? Just say, for instance, if your job, like the job you have right now, if you weren't doing it at that consistent pace all the time and performing at the level to where The job can still keep you. What they gonna do? They gonna get rid of your ass. They gonna say we don't need you. So the consequences of not performing to your best avail, to the best of your ability, that's where the consequences kick in at. If you stop, you won't probably be eating no more. You won't be able to shop no more. You won't be able to drink no more bullshit. I don't know what your hobbies is or what you do or what you're into, hang out or whatever. But you want to be able to fund all those things. You want to be able to take care of your family, pay bills, all that. But I want to revert this to entrepreneurship though, as far as your own business or whatever you into. We're gonna talk about it from that perspective. We ain't about to just talk it from the employment side of the game. No, we past that. We trying to entrepreneur over here. We trying to, take this shit next level. That's what we on. So whatever it is that you on, one thing I feel that can keep you consistent is if you think about what you have to go back to if you quit, if you stop. Because once you start over sometimes you can't catch that rhythm right back how it used to be. I mean, you can just jump in and be like, okay, I got it. You know what I'm saying? I can do this shit with my eyes closed or whatever. I mean, like, I didn't even find myself, okay, say for instance, being at a job for years or being able to do something real good for a while. But if you take some time off, like even at, like I say, even at your job, you ever notice that, okay, say for instance, you go on vacation, you take a couple of days off, you get about a good 4 days off, or, you take a vacation, like I say. You ever notice when you come back, it's I don't say it don't feel the same, but you have to kind of like just get your body just back into the groove of things of how you used to do it, because you be like, damn, I ain't even been there for a while, so like it feel a little different, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes your body can get accustomed like that. I mean, your mind too, because you're so used to doing certain things and it turns to repetition. Sometimes you can't just catch that groove back. That's why you do have to stay consistent so you can perfect your craft. That's like rappers. How many times we have seen rappers take time off and be like, okay, I'm about to just vacation. I'm in the Hamptons. I'm in the hills somewhere. I'm about 4 hours, a couple years off. And then they try to just come back and just think they can just pick up where they left off. I ain't saying that they probably don't still be performing and recording and all that, but they still might not be in that groove of just, because once the consistency stops, it can be hard to get back. I ain't saying for everybody, because everybody is different. Some people want it more. You have to think about that. That's like touring and stuff like that. That's why touring to be so separated, When I say separated, I mean, now you do have some artists that just stay on the road, constantly on the road, because it's a hustle. Especially like comedians and stuff like that. They have to, like every weekend, they trying to have a show because it's a hustle. And you have to be consistent. But sometimes, when they take that time off, you have to prepare yourself mentally again to get back on the road. I mean, I ain't been there, but I study it and I see that when they on the road, so you got to think about it. You have to prepare yourself mentally to be in these different hotels every night. Not to mention if you're catching flights, basketball players, that's just besides the game. This the other side of the game. I ain't talking about being on the court and doing your craft. What about the going hotel to hotel, city to city every other night, and on and off a flight and different time changes, Eastern time to Pacific time, and jet lag, family, all types of stuff. Like I say, this is besides your craft. This is besides hooping or writing or acting or whatever you doing or whatever you love. You love to do hair and you got your business going on, you do nails, you stop for a while and you take some time off, even though it is a talent, but you have to stay consistent at it and perfect it. So that's one thing I wrote down and I thought of that I think can help people just still be consistent. Just think about the consequences if you stop. Now, that's simple. And another thing I put down in my notes that I think can help you be consistent, help us be consistent. It's like I said, I like to put myself in the equation. I don't want to just talk at you. I mean, this even though it's a dialogue, but we are through this process together as we learn and grow. But the more you do it, the better you get. I mean, how real is that? I mean, it's simple, but the more you do it, the better you get. That's another thing that consistency brings. Consistency brings learning it, perfecting it, doing it to a T to where it's like I got it. Like I finally got it. Like sometimes I'll be looking at some of my older videos and I'll be just looking. Sometimes it'd be cringe worthy to me because, because I can see how far I done came or how better I done got or how more comfortable I might have got in front of the camera. I mean, look how we just parallel this show and I just get through an hour of just no co-host, no nothing. And which I'm knowing in my head that all this shit can be better if it was a co-host or somebody to talk to or even comments or people in the comments to piggyback back and forth of. I know everything could just flow different and I know it'd probably be more enticing if a conversation is piggybacking back and forth. But then also I just think to myself, I think about the experience and being consistent that I'm learning how to carry a show without anybody else. It might sound crazy, but we still get through it every time, no matter what episode or whatever video, whether it's live, no takes, no stops, no nothing. We still find a way to get through it. I mean, you don't want to just blabber all over the place. And that's why I decided to have structure today. I'm like, okay, let me just write down a couple of notes, a couple of bullet points to where I can express through the show. And I see that it's better already just by having the thoughts of being organized. So with consistency, the more you do it, the better you will get. Whatever you do, you making them hamburgers, you can make the best fucking hamburgers. You know what I'm saying? You do it so many times, you might mess up a couple of times, but the more you do it, you perfecting it. And then just think about sometime how many times we didn't seen people fall off from, what's the word I want to use? I want to say comfortability. Is that a word? Comfortability? I don't. Is that a word? Comfortability? But you know how many sometimes you go to certain restaurants, you wouldn't even know who to cook back there. I might have said this in one of my videos before too. I think I did kind of touch on this. But you ever notice sometimes you might go to a certain restaurant or a certain place you might be familiar with. You be like, man, or you might be even trying to put somebody up on it. You be like, man, such and such, they got some good ass, they got the best steaks or whatever. Let's go there. That's what we're going to eat. You heard about such and such? Let's go over there. Like they've been there for years, But then you might go, like I say, you don't even know who back there cooking and shit. But you might just taste it and eat it and be like, man, this shit ain't the same. Like it ain't, like this ain't that, like it don't even taste the same. But you going to the same spot and mentally you prepare for a certain taste that you used to. But what it is or could be that they got so comfortable with just making it that didn't switch up no formula. Even though you can't please everybody, but sometimes shit just do change up. Or some people might be like, okay, let me just throw a little something extra. Now I've been doing this for so long. Let me throw a little extra season on this motherfucker this week. I'm gonna just change it up. Next thing you know, it might not even just be the same no more. You might be like, man, done with it. It's not even worth it. But the more you do it, whatever it is, the better you will get. And it's all right to experiment, man. Everything ain't gonna be the same shit. Let me get into another poem and piece, man. I even wrote that down to a couple of minutes. I got this spoken word piece I wrote called New Level, New Devil. That's actually a topic. Well, not a topic, but that's actually a thing that happens when you reach different levels of what you're doing. You hit a new level, it's going to be a new obstacle. But of course, I rhymed it with level and devil. So, listen to me. See if you can dig this poem and piece. This one called New Level, New Devil. When positivity is in the making, here comes the distractions, fakes, snakes, diluted conversations with offbeat interactions. You see, one can feel it. That's why I shut it down to conceal it. Don't try to drown me in your pain. I got problems of my own, and nigga, I'm just being a realist. See, I meditate a lot. Shut down my system and absorb. Look at myself from the outside in, but still concentrate on one accord. Talk to me, Lord. Why they think words can hold back my progressions? When I use words to channel minds, flow through times, and protect my imperfections. You see, a sin is a sin. A crime is a crime. A dream is a dream, and the devil in disguise, and these ain't stopping mine. See, it's showtime. And I'm passing out popcorn and telling their asses to have a seat. You see, a positive attitude and hard work is just something that they can't defeat. You see, some scared of confidence. Want to keep you closed inside a box. Limit us to liquor stores and churches. When can we see the real God inside and break these slavery locks? This is not only a test. You see, it's going to happen because you're special. And life is step by step, right? So just remember that. New level. New devil. Raptalk. Ha ha. Snap, 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 snap. I had to read that one off the ink. Listen to me. When positive is in the making, we're going to start it from right there. When positivity is in the making, here comes the distractions, fakes, snakes, diluted conversations with offbeat interactions. How many times you've been through that? How many times you just been focused on something, then all of a sudden weird shit just start happening? I mean, you just be like, where did that come from? That's why I say diluted convos. J-Town, what's up? Let's go. Appreciate you. That's why I say fake snakes, diluted conversation with offbeat interactions. Then I say one can feel it. But of course you got to be in tune with yourself to feel it. Because sometimes you can find yourself just getting involved with conversations and interacting with things that you know don't even matter. How many times you done did that? How many times you just entertained some shit that you know didn't even have nothing to do with you or wasn't taking you nowhere, no nothing. You just went with the flow. And we all guilty of it. We all do it. We all guilty of it. Ain't none of us perfect. I mean, you just go with the flow with the bullshit. How often we done did that? But that's why I say one can feel it. That's why I shut it down to conceal it. Don't try to drown me in your pain. I got problems of my own and I'm just being a realist. See, I meditate a lot. Shut down my system and absorb. Look at myself from the outside in, but still concentrate on one accord. Talk to me, Lord. Why they think words can hold back my progressions? Now, you know people do that, right? How many people just said something to you that just think that they can just slow down your function, deteriorate your thoughts, and just take you off your square just by talking about something? Or we all had this. It's just common. These things I'm talking about is common. But I say, talk to me, Lord. Why they think words can hold back my progressions? When I use words to channel minds, flow through time, and protect my imperfections. That's what you have to do. When people think they can slow you down or stop you or take you off, you have to reverse that and use it to protect your imperfections, because we all imperfect. None of us is perfect, right? But you got to protect your own imperfections. That's why I say a sin is a sin. A crime is a crime. A dream is a dream, and these devil in the skies ain't stopping mine. See, it's showtime. And I'm passing out popcorn and telling their asses to have a seat. That's when you're on your way up. That's where you work. I'm passing out popcorn and telling their asses to have a seat. You see, a positive attitude and hard work, it's just something that they can't, something they can't defeat. You understand? Dominique, what's up? Appreciate you. Then I say, you see some scared of confidence. Want to keep you closed inside a box. Limit us to liquor stores and churches. When can we see the real God inside and break these slavery locks? When can we do that? See, this is not a test. See, that's the thing you got to remember too. This is not a test. See, it's going to happen because you're special. And life is step by step, right? So remember that. New level, new devil. That's that poem in peace. New level, new devil. Man, that's the way it go. Each step is something different. Each step take you to another bracket. And every time you go up on that ladder, you seeing something you ain't never seen before, and you coming across more people. Whether it's gonna be new obstacles, it's gonna be new turns you gotta make. All of that. Now, another thing that I had on my list as far as consistency too. Okay, now I already went over one of the things that can keep you consistent is the consequences of if you stop. That's something that can keep you on. In the back of your head, always remember that shit. Think about all the things that'll happen if you stop. You ain't gonna be eating, you ain't gonna be whatever. You can use that to push you. Steezy J podcast, how to deal with stress or procrastination. Is that a question? How to deal with stress or procrastination? Procrastination, man, that's one there. I think dealing with procrastination, you got to get out your mind. That's the answer I give you. Get out your own mind. Some of us do that a lot. Instead of thinking of, okay, first of all, you're going to have an idea. Whatever it is you're thinking about, when you procrastinate, you overthinking. You think about what can go wrong. You're thinking about what you need, what you don't got around you to start. That's why most people procrastinate. Okay, say for instance with this whole YouTube business I'm running, it's small right now. Okay, just think when I first started, I had to think to myself, like, okay, well, I mean, first of all, damn near everything can be done through a phone now. But imagine if I would have always said and thought to myself, like, okay, I need me a Canon. I'm gonna save up a couple thousand, save up for some checks and buy me a Canon camera. I'm gonna give me these big old lights. Man, I want to start this YouTube channel. I got some poems. I got a couple things I want to talk about. But I ain't gonna do it till I get this camera though. I want the best camera they got. I want that $3,000 Canon. I want a backdrop. I want a backdrop with my face on it, with a fist barred up. You would think of oh, damn, what if don't nobody watch? What if don't nobody like right now we live, you know what I'm saying? I got 4 people in or whatever, which is cool, and I'm blessed. I'm blessed for that. This is the beginning, and we're gonna look back at this and laugh one day. It's all good because it's about growth. But when you procrastinate, you thinking about all the things that can just stop you from doing it. You overthink it. Don't do that. But look what I did though. I said, fuck it. I'm gonna sit on my couch. Don't got the background. I'm a YouTube. Everybody got access to YouTube. Okay. And their phones. Everybody got phones, damn near. So I said, I'm gonna get the phone, plug the phone up, get structure, talk, do everything within reach. That's how you stop procrastinating. Do what you can do with what you have now. That's the advice I give to you. Like you said, you got podcast. It says easy. If I remember the name correct, I see podcast in the name, so I'm pretty sure you probably got a podcast. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look you up. I meant to do that the other day and just look you up. But I'm pretty sure for you to ask that question, and then in your name, you got podcast in your name. So I'm pretty sure you got a belief of running your own podcast. Just do it. That's the advice I can give. Then as far as stress is mental too. It's a mental thing. It's thinking what's bad happening. When you dwelling on those things that are not going right, that causes stress. Or I don't know if it's financial on your end, or can it be something that's going on as far as emotionally, or something that happened. I don't know. But stress, the common factors of stress is, it's all up here. Now we can get away from it. Now it might sound simpler than others to tackle that. You'll be surprised how many people don't have the power to just deflect thoughts. That's it. Like I say, it sounds simple, but some people don't have that power to just deflect thoughts. But I get it. But I'm gonna get into another poem of peace. Oh no. I know where I was about to go with it. I was about to talk about another thing for consistency, because I already said consequences of if you stop, which is one. The more you do it, the better you will get. That was another factor amongst consistency. Then the other quote that I wrote down, or the other thing that I think that'll push you to keep having consistency also, is the learning experience. The learning experience. Yes, the learning experience of consistency. That's something you can always take with you. That's something you can always have. I mean, look how many things you just started or maybe stopped. But every time you went on your journey and did it, you learned something. And every time you start something again or get a part of another project, you can take all that past experience with you on to the next. That's something they can't take away from you. The learning experience. That comes with consistency also. Cool. Steve, y'all, you really covered that at a greatest perspective. I kept procrastinating due to the lack. Shit, it went away. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I gotta set my timer. It went away so fast, and I'm trying to read it. Man, but I appreciate you. I don't know why it went away so fast. Let me see if I can get it back up. Maybe not. But put it in the comments at the end of the show, and I'll read it and respond to you then. Still getting all the kinks out of going live and checking in. But definitely, don't procrastinate. Get what you're going on. And I'm going to look your podcast up, too, and see what you got going on. All right, I'm going to get into this other piece I wrote, too. It's called You Still Got a Chance. For those that don't know also, I got a book I wrote a couple of years ago. And it's actually, the link gonna be in the description if you want to order it and check it out. There's a lot of motivation in here. I was kind of like in a dark place on a lot of these poems. This shit is all over the place. I even got a couple of erotic pieces in there. Man, but it's powerful though. Y'all can look that up. But I'm gonna get into this piece that's out of here. It's called You Still Got a Chance. And that's something you gotta always remember, no matter what. Man, listen here. I don't care what's going on. You still got a chance. Listen to me. To the kid about to stand on the corner. To the kid that stomach needs a meal. You still got a chance. To the father that's unemployed. To the mothers that's life is unenjoyed. You still got a chance. To the criminal that regret what he did. To the parents with no choice to where they live. You still got a chance. To the person not accepted for religion or race. To the innocent in jail that concentrate and escape. You still got a chance. To the homeless in the ghetto that struggles day to day. To the kid inside him that never knew one day that it can turn that way. You still got a chance. See, this is for the person with the thoughts to advance. No matter your condition, my people, you still got a chance. Raptalk. It's that poem in peace. Snap, 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 snaps. Still got a chance. And you know, coming with that, it still ties into consistency. Imagine if them things just go off your mental and ain't there no more. As far as trying. It's something in you, that's why you keep trying. I think about it all the time. It's a reason. It's a reason you just keep pushing and knocking at that fucking door. Because it's something inside of you that's telling you, I got a chance. Let me find another poem piece in here I'm gonna do. I have plenty of joints in this one. I'm gonna do this one here. This one called Me and Him. It's on a spiritual note. Listen to me. I've seen so many crimes, time after time, useless for no reason. We all so blind. Why every time that I save a life, somewhere out there someone takes a life? God is a spirit, and sometimes his voice is low. Actions is loud, but most catch on too slow. I wish evil spirits think the world through heat, cause if so emotionally, we'll all be free. If God live forever, then so shall I. Physically free within him is I when I die. Why do we pray, not do what we say? To suffer inside is the price we pay. When life ends, life begins. Don't pretend. Just walk with him. Me and him. Oh, shit. That was heavy. I ain't trying to toot my own horn or nothing, but I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit. I'll share this with y'all. Sometimes when I look at some of these old joints, it'll take me back to a place, but at the same time, I'll read them, and it's like, I think like, it was me, but it wasn't me. And what I mean by that, I was like, man, like God wrote that. For real. I'll be like, my inner just was pushing out in the moments, you know? I'll be like, it's more like the shit was like beyond me, you know? That's what I mean. I'll be like, I used to even find myself using certain words that I really didn't even know, but I'll be writing it down like I know this word fit. That's when it got a little spiritual to me. When I used to write certain stuff, and I'll be like, I heard this word before, but I don't really know how much it means and how much it fit into the sentences that I'm writing. But I know it fit and go. But then when I just look back and I'll be like, that word was put in there for a reason, because it wasn't me really writing it. It was like my spirit was just pushing out, talking back to me. So when I go back and read that, I mean, look at this shit. I wish evil spirits think the world through heat, because if so emotionally, we'll all be free. If God live forever, then so shall I. Physically free within him is I when I die. Why do we pray, not do what we say? Talk to yourself like that right now. Just tell yourself that right now. Just say that sentence to yourself right now. You'll be thinking like, even though you talking to the masses, you pushing it out. Just imagine you just telling yourself, just imagine saying, why do I pray but don't do what I say? Imagine how much confidence that is in you for you to say that to yourself. I'm talking to you. To say, why do we pray, not do what we say? I could have easily just said, pray, pray, pray. You go pray. Go pray. But then come back to that shit about 15 years later and just be like, consistency. It all come back full circle. We gonna touch somebody. We gonna touch somebody. It's different ways to get the message out. But on another note, though, I'm doing another poem and piece for y'all, man. I'm having so much fun. Just see, this is an outlet, man. This shit is so fun. This shit is fun because it's ways to court. Here I go again. I'm about to make up a word that I know makes sense, but it's coming out. There's different ways to cultivate this shit. That's the word I'm looking for. Cultivate, correlate. There's different ways to deliver a message. That's the point I want to get out. If my teachers got to come through spoken word, and that's what I got to be used for, so be it. Because we're going to touch somebody. All right, I'm going to try to read it real quick. Can you please reread that poem? It's really great, and how can I access it? I got you. Me and him. I'm going to do that for you. I appreciate you. I got you. I'm going to put the link in the description so you can get the book. You can download it to your phone, and you can read it anytime you want to meditate to it. The cover going to look like this. The book is called Pockets. I'm going to have a link in the description, either in the top. I'm pinning it to the top of the comments. It's an ebook. You can download it. But I'm going to do it one time for you because I appreciate you. It's called Me and Him. Listen to me. I've seen so many crimes, time after time, useless for no reason. We all so blind. Why every time that I save a life, somewhere out there someone takes a life? God is a spirit, and sometimes his voice is low. Actions just loud, but most catch on too slow. I wish evil spirits think the world through heat. Cause if so, emotionally, we'll all be free. If God live forever, then so shall I. Physically free within him is I when I die. Why do we pray, not do what we say? To suffer inside is the price that we pay. When life ends, life begins. Don't pretend. Just walk with him. Me and him. That's that poem piece. Man, heavy. We gonna get through it, y'all. I got this other piece I want to get into, because I'm a firm believer too. Your time is your time, and I'm gonna tie it all in still with consistency. Because you could be doing something so much, and you can think like, okay, damn, I'm doing everything right. I got all the rules. I got all the notes. I listen to the motivation. I'm not out here fucking off and messing up. I'm not hurting nobody. I'm not doing this. I'm playing it by the book. I'm trying to be smart. I'm on time. And it still might not be in pop for you yet. But I'm a firm believer. I tell you this. I tell you this. Everybody gonna get their moment. When I say everybody gonna get their moment, Everybody gonna get their moment. Everybody gonna get their time to shine and flourish and just get it. J-Town, appreciate you. Steezy Podcast, I appreciate you too. Appreciate both of y'all indeed. And everybody else that's been tuning in, popping in. Just share the video to make the channel grow. That's how we gonna bubble. I appreciate y'all. Tuesdays and Thursdays, this where we at with it. I'm had a phone lines popping too. Y'all can call in, and I got so many ideas. And that goes back to the procrastinating part. I mean, just imagine if I was just thinking like, okay, well, I want everything lined up like this, and I can't start until I get everything lined up like this. That holds so many people back by trying to make it perfect. Get to it. Get to the business. Get to the things at hand that can help you flourish and get the shit popping. That's what you do. But dig, let me get this piece off though. Everybody get their moment. I want to get this one off. Because I'm a firm believer everybody gonna get their moment. Listen to me. It's so hard to be patient, knowing your power and potential, facing the world with a mask on and society not knowing what you done been through. I done seen thieves lie, steal, kill, and cheat to eat. I would have bet my last ounce of sperm that the people I looked out for would have been there to do the same for me. But I don't dwell on the past. You see, my blessing gonna be my blessing. You see, I'm out here chasing goals, keeping success to myself, and they trying to worry if I'm stressing. Hell, I keep them guessing. You see, my next move ain't to prove to these dudes that I'm better. I'm out here weathering the storm myself, trying to save souls while being a trendsetter. You see, a focused man is a dangerous man. Serious enough to be serious. You ain't broke, you just being responsible, taking care of business, and you supposed to, point blank, period. Be influenced, but don't compare. You see, self-gratification to some is a never-ending high. Attention don't always equal success. Be an influence before you die. You see, I'm an invested man, because God plans is beyond my wishes. Pray, work forward, and incline yourself, and watch how the outcome switches. Live for it. Dance in it. And act like you want it. Your race is your race. And don't be surprised when it happens. Because everybody gonna get their moment. Everybody gonna get their moment. I tell you. Raptalk. That's that poem and piece. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening, man. Share the video to make the channel grow. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 o'clock Eastern. We here popping off. Poetry and conversations. Consistency, motivation. Just stay at it, man. Keep pushing. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. Get with y'all in a minute. And as always, never be afraid to dream. Raptalk.